than the double barrel shotgun, which is the one you get in the beginning, but they cost less action points. That number is deceiving. It says 36. $26, whatever. That's the base without increase. It actually does 36. It actually does 50% more damage than that number listed. So it's actually 39 because there's a secondary damage, and I think what happens is it's a splash damage that's added to the main damage. The main slug, if it hits a headshot, the splash damage, which is that extra 50%, that can hit other enemies that you're not aiming at. From what I've seen, you can't do full damage to multiple enemies. That's what that secondary damage is. The thing is when you aim for a head, without having to target the head, you don't have to expend any AP almost ever to aim for the head as long as your stats are high enough. The secondary and the main shot hit, and the headshots do what, double damage? So it's kind of like a melee, except you don't have to get adjacent to the enemy, and because of that, you can handle like alligators, enemies that have attack of opportunity. I think zombies do also. And some of the enemies, like, they'll hit you first before you can attack them. So it's really good. This one's 3 AP. This narrows the attack cone, but the splash damage isn't that big. It's half of that, so it's 13. And then this widens the cone, but decreases reliability, reduces range, decreases AP cost when attacking. So no matter what weapon you're using, if you want to get a free move, you don't have to hit an enemy. You can fire this shotgun, and then you get a free move. And it's a far free move because of the perks I have. This shotgun's basically the same, except I have sabot shots which give 4 extra range. Yeah, 4 extra range. This one I just get really close. And this one is for enemies that are farther away. It does extra damage. It does extra damage. Where is it? This one. Extra damage at close range. Increases range. Now I tested this. What is close range? Close range is half of your total range. Because it has a range of 20 with sabot shots, if you're 10 tiles away from your enemy, you get that extra damage bonus, which is about 25%, 25% increase. That's added after everything. So you're looking at 150 damage with this thing. With 5 stacks of rage, I have 4 right now. 150 damage hits without having to aim. Marksmanship is really high. I think the reason is I'm not using aim shots. Aim shots seem to level up dexterity quickly. Marksmanship is leveled up just by hitting. Regular unaimed shots. Agility seems to level up quickly from running around often. I did super stat the character in the beginning except for medical. I got that up to 30. So this is 50% extra damage. And this is the equivalent of getting a crit 100% of the time when you have 5 stacks of rage. And then Flanker, I would like to take this out This doesn't work when you're by yourself. It says online that it does, but it's actually not true. It does if I have friendlies. I could still be technically playing solo, but if I'm like helping a town defend themselves against like enemies, then flanker will trigger. If I can go back, I would put this perk somewhere else, like probably lightning reflexes or vantage point. I think a good variation for this is to take out total concentration and put it in ironclad if you want to be more tanky. This will make you extremely difficult to kill, and you still get free moves. I feel like there's no place for this, but if you don't want to rely on rage, maybe you can take this. Maybe some of these other ones. The main thing is the breach and clear combined with frog leaping. Even if you're not using this light armor perk, maybe you want to go heavy or medium. Heavy, you should take this. Frog leaping is really good. Yeah, flanker's not necessary if you're playing solo. If you're playing with a team, then it's extra damage, but this is kind of a wasted perk. It will show you when they're being flanked in the damage formula. I've only seen it a few times when I'm fighting with other friendlies. Like I was saving Biff, so they were helping me, and there was some, you know, if you have to get on the other side of the enemy in like kind of a pincer formation. I don't recommend beefed up because HP, I mean, it will make it easier to survive for certain reasons of like you don't have to get your health as low. Like you get 5 wounds and then you still have a decent health pool with beefed up. But going prone for free is huge for survivability. And it helps against explosives. You can get out of line of sight when you're behind cover. It's free from when you're in the middle position, or if you have enough free moves. But yeah, I think it's really useful. It seems like this would be better, but in my opinion, it's absolutely not. Maybe if you have a medic on your team and you're healing them, I would understand, but for solo play, I think this is much better. Vanguard is meh. Like, it's really good, but this is better, I think. Because you can be in cover and still use this. Once you get that 3, after the first turn, once you get that 3 turn being carried over, just think of it as 15 free grit every turn if you don't spend that. And you're not losing anything. It's only the first turn that you sacrifice 3 AP. After that, you constantly carry it over every turn. So you don't have to use it all, or you can use it to maybe finish off another enemy. It's extra AP that's optional. You know, after you encounter a lot of enemies, and you can build it back up again and push forward and do it all over again. It goes really well with frog leaping, which makes you run like the wind. So these work really well together. Shotgun attacks, they don't miss. Like, even if you don't do the big shot, the splash damage always hits. So you'll never lose total concentration. So rage and total concentration together absolutely destroy. I can one-shot the enemies with these low-tier shotguns. This one hits harder, again, because it has the sabo range, has a range of 20. So if I'm 10 tiles away from the enemy, I still get that 25% damage increase. And if it's a strong enemy, I'll kill them with this, or if an enemy's somewhat far away, I can switch to this. I shoot the enemy, kill them, if they're strong. If they're not, I can just kill them with this. After that, I can switch to the 3 AP shotgun and run around, free move after every attack. Whether it kills the enemy or not, it's free move. Whether it hits an enemy or not, it's free move. An enemy does not even need to be there. You run across the map shooting this and retreating. You can go on a killing spree with this and one-shot pretty much everything after you get that damage bonus from, what is it, Calm Under Fire? 30% damage bonus. So then you could just kill everybody for 3 action points, run around. The reason I take this, I also take this for melee characters because this style of play is similar to the way I like to play a light armor melee, who gets auto crits, increased crit damage. You can one-shot everything. Once you kill the first enemy with a machete or the thing or whatever, you switch to the dagger and you can one-shot everybody with a dagger because you're getting a huge damage increase from killing spree. So this is kind of similar to that. What I'm doing is using the harder hitting, it's the same shotgun as the other one, but it's modified to do more damage at close range, which is half the total range. So I can kill somebody 10 tiles away, still get that bonus 25% damage, then trigger this for all attacks. Again, the shotguns never miss, so you won't lose this. And then, you switch to the weaker shotgun, but that costs less AP, has less range. You'll one-shot everybody. Even if the enemies have armor, I have armor-piercing ammo, but I don't even need it. You shoot them in the head, I'm not even piercing their armor, it still kills them. That's how much damage it does. So this is a free switch. This is saving action points. Major accuracy bonus when attacking enemies at short range. Obviously that's great for shotguns. This is really, really good. Throwing. Extended range of all thrown weapons. Dramatically reduces AP cost for first knife or grenade. You can throw a knife for 1 AP. You can throw a suppression grenade for 1 AP. You can throw an explosive grenade for 3. Molotov, I believe it's 3. Might be less. So you can use a sniper, run with free move, and then throw this doesn't work with knives. It's only grenades or shotguns. You can throw a suppression. They're cheap, they're easy to make. You can throw a Molotov. They're extremely effective. They make the enemies panic. They lower their energy so they can't run. They don't get their free moves anymore, which means they can't flank you. They can't catch you. They're helpless. It's almost like removing them for the battlefield. All you have to do is stay away from them. You hit them with a suppression, it's like they're useless that round, and from then on they can't catch you. So this is an amazing perk. Even though I'm out of the high explosive grenades, like, this is just so useful for this. I haven't even used this thing yet, but... So, yeah, before I actually get these shotguns, what I was doing is I'd have a sniper, I'd run up, shoot somebody, then throw this, and then I can retreat really far, just with 1 rank in, what is it, Light Runner? Just with 1 rank in Fast Runner, I took this first. And then when I got a shotgun, I took this. Double barrel shotgun, maybe I think my marksmanship was 85. couldn't reliably hit the enemies. I don't know if it doesn't have as good as aim as the other one, but I wasn't consistently hitting the enemies. It might just be because the marksmanship was higher, but once I got those auto 5s, it was just like just destroying everything. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, without heavy armor you can still die pretty quickly, but it's definitely not as easy as the turret build I did. But it's fun. I think it's fun, it's more tactical, it's more interactive, there's more strategy to think about. I enjoy this a lot more than the other one. The shotguns, I mean, these low tier shotguns are one-shotting everything. Like this to the head, once you have 5 stacks of rage, this will kill anything. I do have armor piercing ammo. Yeah, breacher ammo. Improved armor penetration, prevents grazed hits. Okay, so it boosts it up to medium. Yep, so whatever the close range is, close range counts as half your range of the gun. And each meter seems to be 1 tile. So 20 meters, that's 20 tiles. This is just light armor with weave paddings. I found these, I didn't find the weave paddings. Definitely a glass cannon. She can die quickly. Like I said, these are so cheap to make, and they pretty much take the enemy out of a fight. I also always keep this Uzi that I started with. If I accidentally get in a fight while I'm tired and I lose her greatest weapon, which is the free move, her ability to move after she shoots the gun or throws a grenade, and then she basically loses these and her free move. A lot of her abilities are gone. Like, it really nerfs her. I had a fight where I had to fight a lot of strong enemies without free move because I got tired. What I did is I used flashbangs, Molotovs, and I used the Uzi. And by suppressing the enemies, they were about as slow as me, but I increased my movement by using running gun with the Uzi, and I crafted hollow points. Her explosive skill is high enough so she can craft ammunition. So I converted the 9mm into hollow points, so even if there's no armor penetration, she's getting a lot of crits with running gun. So even tired, she was able to get through a battle. There was a lot of powerful enemies without any free move abilities. I had explosives too. The high-powered grenades. I kind of wasted all of the damage grenades. They're awesome, they're powerful, sometimes they do 90 damage or more. Yeah, those are so good. I haven't found any more. I did just find some suppression, which are nice with this because you can shoot it so far. This weapon seems like it would only be good if you were on a team and the character was in the back, blanketing a big area. But yeah, this is the suppression grenades are just so amazing. And after you do that, you can further take away their energy with Molotovs. It doesn't say it right here, but the burning takes away more energy from them to make them exhausted. And then they have -3 AP permanently. And it also makes them panic, so they can't attack. They just like run away. Even if you don't hit the enemies, you can create choke points by making fire blockades to funnel enemies a certain way. So you can make like walls of fire. Definitely much more fun than the other character. Not as powerful, but much more fun. And these are so cheap to make right here. All it requires is parts and gunpowder. I have plenty of gunpowder. Oh, I should probably talk about how I modify the Uzi. Reflex sight. I rarely use that, but it's there. The first thing I try to put on the Uzi in the beginning is range. I usually don't have enough parts, so I take this one, and then later I'll take this one, improve reliability. But in the beginning, parts are scarce, so I take this. The free move perk with running gun is really good with the Uzi, and extending the range makes it much easier to hit the enemies. Moderate accuracy bonus for subsequent attacks. I don't know for sure if that makes run and gun have more aim, or if it's separate attacks. I don't know if run and gun counts as 1 attack or 3 attacks, but I have this on it. If it doesn't count it as multiple attacks, then I guess this would probably be better. But yeah, 26 meters of range is really good early on. And being able to move and fire 9 bullets is really good. Increased clip size. I don't have a chip, but I would like to put the UV dot on this. I don't know if that increases the aim of running gun, but I don't see anything else I would like. The thing is, it says illuminates enemies and the wielder, so I don't want the enemies to have an easier time of hitting me if I'm in the dark. Because she's by herself, she's getting shot at, you know. See, I would recommend the UV dot. I've only found like 1 chip in the game so far. She's leveled up very fast. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I started with 85 wisdom, marksmanship 85, all these 85, and then I trained leadership, mechanics, and explosives up to 80. That's as high as it could go, and then medical up to about 30.